Dear student, in previous session I was discussing regarding the RH criterion. Explanation regarding the RH criterion. What is RH criteria and what are its limitations? How to verify the system stability by using RH criterion. We know that RH criterion is an algebraic criterion used to verify the system stability. In order to verify the system stability, we need to verify the necessary condition of stability and sufficient condition of stability for the given characteristic equation. Then we go for concluding whether the system is stable or not. If all the roots of the characteristic equations are lie on the left half of the S-plane, then the system is stable. If any one roots are lie on the right half of the S-plane, or any one root or all the roots are lying on the right half of the S-plane, then the system is unstable. And the system is called as an unstable system. Here in today's session, I'm going to consider another example, one of the simple example for understanding the RH criterion, Routh-Hurwitz criterion. Examples are Routh-Hurwitz RH criterion. The given example here, the investigate the stability of the closed loop system. Need to verify the stability of the given system represented by the characteristic equation. This is the one type of problem. In the direct and first type of problem, I will directly going to give the characteristic equation, find out whether the system is stable or unstable, or comment on location of roots of the characteristic equation. And next type of problem, you will get the, instead of giving characteristic equation, they are going to give the GS value and HS value. Then we need to find out the characteristic equation. We know that characteristic equation is equal to 1 plus GS into HS is equal to 0. Find out the characteristic equation, form the Routh array, and verify the system stability. And another type of problem. So in another type of, they are going to give the transfer function itself. The transfer functions ask you to find out the frequency of sustained oscillation. So and gain, and these are the types of usually asking problems. So I'm going to discuss one by one. Now the example in example 1, I consider the simple this characteristic equation. This is also asked in the examination. Now this is the characteristic equation. The same problem asked many times in the examination. Here the characteristic equation is now this. Now form the Routh array by using the characteristic equation. So form the Routh array. The Routh array can be formed by utilizing the coefficients of the characteristic equation. So if you look at the characteristic equation, it satisfy the sufficient necessary condition of stability. Satisfy the necessary condition of stability, because if all the coefficients are positive, it satisfies the necessary condition. The given characteristic equation satisfies the necessary condition of stability. What is the necessary condition of stability? Here, in necessary condition of stability, if all the coefficients of the characteristic equations are positive, here the coefficient is 4, 5, coefficient is 1, here 3, 7, this 20, these are the coefficients. The coefficients are positive. Then we can easily say that the system is stable. But we need to further verification of stability. We go for by using sufficient condition of stability that can be verified by forming the Routh array. Now how to form the Routh array? The Routh array for the given characteristic equation is the Routh array is formed as follows. Now to form the Routh arrays. The Routh array can be formed by coefficients of the characteristic equation. Here the highest powers of S is the 5. Therefore the 5 is the odd number, though that the first row can be formed by odd powers of S. So the first row, the highest powers of S is the odd number. So Therefore, the first row can be formed by odd powers of S. So this is the odd powers, and also this is the odd powers, and this is the odd powers because S power 1. The first row can be formed by odd powers of S. So if it is even power though, then also I consider the first row can be formed by even powers of S. So the next row can be formed by odd powers of S. So here the S powers of S is the 5. Therefore, the 5 is the odd number though. Therefore, the first row is the S power 5 row. The elements of the first row. This is the first row. S5 row can be coefficients of the odd power. So therefore the coefficient of S power 5 is equal to what is the coefficient to 1? No. Therefore the coefficients of S power 3 is equal to 7. No. Therefore the coefficient of S power 1 is equal to 6. So the first row of the root array can be formed by utilizing the coefficients of odd powers of S. So now next row S power 4 row can be formed by write down the next row element can be formed by utilizing the here next row S power 4. The is a S power 4. Next row second row can be formed by even powers of S. So even power is a S power 4 is a even no. S square is a even no. Therefore 15 into S power 0 is a even number. Therefore here the next row elements are the coefficient of S power is 3. Next coefficient of S square is 20. The coefficient of S power 0 is equal to 50. Now this is the way of forming the root array of the first one. By utilizing next row, S cube row can be formed by utilizing the elements of previous two rows. Now, how to find the values of S cube? The values of S cube is equal to 3 into 7 minus 3 into 7, next minus 1 into 20 divided by, what is the value of this? Divided by 3. This 3. Now this is, what is the value of this? Now this is equal to, now 1 by 3. 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Now this is equal to 1 by 3. Now similarly, the next element, this is 1 by 3. The next element can be obtained by multiplying 3 into 6. So therefore the next element is 3 into 6. So minus 3 into 6, so minus 1 into 15. 1 into 15. 1 into 15 divided by entire this divided by the 3 itself. So therefore what will be the value of this is equal to 3. This value is equal to 3 by 3. 3 by 3 is equal to 1 ohm. Now this is equal to 1 ohm. The next row element is equal to, now this into this, so this into this side. Next row, this element can be obtained by this into 0 and this into 0. Therefore, here there is this value must be multiplied by this into 0 and this into 0. Therefore, the 0. Next element is 0. Now, similarly, S square row, the first element can be formed by utilizing the previous two elements, previous two rows element. So S square row can be formed by utilizing S4 row element and S3 element. Therefore, what is the value of S square is equal to, what is the value of S square? Here 1 by 3 into 20 minus 3 into 1 divided by, what will be the value? Again 1 by 3. 1 by 3. This into this, so this into this again divided by the same element. Oh, therefore this is equal to this. So now this is equal to, after simplification, is equal to, therefore the 111 is the answer. Oh, you will get a here 11. Next, similarly, this into this into this, again this into this. Therefore the 1 by 3 into next element is 1 by 3. Is it 11? No. Is equal to 11? No. Next element is 1 by 3 into 50. 1 by 3 into 50 minus 3 into 0, 0 divided by 1 by 3. Therefore 1 by 3 gets cancelled. Therefore the 15. Therefore the 15. Therefore the here next element is 0. Now s power 1 row. Here the element of the s power 1 row can be formed by multiplying s power 1 row element is equal to what? 11 into 1. 11 into 1 minus 1 by 3 into 11 into 1 divided by 1 by 3 into 50 divided by 11. Now this is equal to 6 by 11. 6 by 11. No, the next element is 0. The next element is 0. Next element is equal to 0 because 11 into 1. No, 1 by 2 into this. So now 11 into 0, this into 0. Therefore, next element is 0. Therefore, the next element. Now what is the next element of? Next element is yes, s power 0. S power 0 element is equal to what? S power 0 element is equal to 6 by 11 into 15. This S power 0 can be obtained, row element can be formed by utilizing the previous two row element. Therefore 6 by 11 into 50 minus 0 divided by 6 by 11 into 15 minus 0 divided by 6 by 11. Therefore 6 by 11 is equal to, what is the value? 15. Now this value is equal to 50. Now these are the element are 0. Now after forming the root array, we should conclude that look at the first element, first column. Now this is the first column. This is the first column. This is the first column of the root array. After forming the root array, observe the first column of the root array. First column of array. Look at the first column of the root array. The system is stable because the first column of the root array, all the elements of the first column of the root array are positive. Positive. Look at the first column element. All the elements are positive. Therefore, all the roots of the characteristic equation. Now, how many roots? Is the fifth order equation. Highest powers of s is the fifth order. Therefore, it has 5 roots. Therefore, all 5 roots are lying on the left half of the S plane because the system is stable. The system is said to be stable when all the roots of the characteristic equation are lying on the left half of the S plane. After forming the root array, first given examples ಅಲ್ಲಿ characteristic equation consider ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, root array form ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. root array ಹೆಂಗ್ form ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? First row form, second row ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಬರ್ರಿ. ಇವನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವನ್ ಆಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡು. ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 5 ಇದೆ. therefore the s power 5 is the first row. Next row s power 4. Therefore form the first two rows of the root array by coefficients of the characteristic equation. Coefficients of the characteristic equation consider ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಇವೆರಡು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ this into this, so minus this into this, so divided by this value, then it will give the s1/3 value. Likewise, utilizing the previous two elements of the row array, we can form the next row element. After forming the row array, if you observe by observing the first column of the row array, the system is stable. If you look at the first column of the row array, all the elements are positive. Therefore, the system is here. All the elements, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive. Look at the system stability depends upon the elements of the sign of the. If all the elements of the first columns are positive, then the system is stable. Therefore, by observing the first column of the row array, the system is stable because all the elements of the first columns are positive. Therefore, all the roots of all the 5 roots, because it's a fifth order equation, therefore it has a 5 roots. So therefore, all the 5 roots are lying on the left half of the S plane. S planes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ roots ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? lying on the left half of the S plane. S plane ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. After locating the S planes ಅಲ್ಲಿ all the roots are lying on the right half of the. This is called as the left half of the S plane. Now this is the right half of the S plane. Right half of S plane. The left half of S plane. If all the roots are, this is the real axis, so this is imaginary axis. So all the roots are lying on the left half of the S plane. Now this is S plane, the graph of real axis versus the imaginary axis. So after finding the roots, so if all the roots are lying on the left half of the S plane, then the system is stable. If anyone among the 5 roots, if anyone root are lying on the right half of the S plane, then the system is unstable. Therefore, based on the location of roots on the characteristic equation, we can say the system is stable or unstable. If all the roots are lying on the left half of the S plane, then the impulse response is finite, then the system is stable. If impulse response is finite, then automatically the output of the system is equal to input into the impulse response of the system. Then automatically the output impulse response is finite, input into finite value. Therefore, they give the finite value. Therefore, output is a bounded. Therefore, the system is stable. System stable ಅನ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ all the roads left half of the S plane ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. S plane ಇದು imaginary axis, real axis. Real axis imaginary ಇಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ ದ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಆ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ದ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ರೂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಸೈನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್, ಸಮ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ರೈಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಬಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ರೂಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ವೇ ಆಫ್ solving the problem. To go through I'm going to discuss others examples. So in next sessions, I'm going to consider another type examples. Thank you for listening.